Hi, good afternoon. This is Dr. Butch Levy. I am going to be offering a two-day seminar on March 16th and 17th of 2019 at the Phoenix Institute of Acupuncture and Herbal Medicine. I am hoping to provide a new viewpoint to add to your own traditional TCM background by adding my concepts of the Japanese style of Asian medicine. I trained in TCM initially. I've worked with Dr. Mikishima for the last 25 years, who has been both a friend, a colleague, a co-teacher, and my mentor for quite a long time. And in Japan, it's not so much the school that you go to, but more the teachers that you have. And I've just been very fortunate to have Dr. Shima. And now I really feel like this information should be shared in a manner that can be utilized by practitioners, I believe, to really enhance their own practice. We're going to talk about acupuncture. We're going to talk about the concept that the Japanese have of locating the acupuncture holes. The concept is that there really is no point until you can find the hole where the point is. And then the concept would be to actually massage that hole and encourage the chi to come up so that you can palpate it yourself, and then with a unique technique of left-hand needling, be able to really access the energy that you're trying to reach. So there'll be a great deal of practice of locating holes and palpating and needling, often using gold and silver needles, which I think will be an addition to what you currently do. Now, once we have the basics down of needling, I want to move into discussing and showing protocols on how to use the 8 extra vessels. While these have their own master and couple points, learning where the points are and differentiating when each of these 8 extra channels might be useful in your own practice will be discussed. There are specific 8 extra vessel pulses which are extremely useful in my practice to really help diagnose what vessels to be using, along with the major meridian points that I add to that. We'll also discuss the channel divergence, which are not commonly discussed in most textbooks or in practice, but they offer a way of accessing the Zangfu yin and yang of the organs. So what this kind of implies is that we're looking at a way to access all the different levels that are needed for care. Doesn't mean that all of them are used in every visit, but to be able to access the major meridians along with the Yuan Qi from the extra vessels and the Zangfu yin and yang really provide a whole different set of 3 dimensions that you can access in your patient care. Next, we'll move on to the Japanese style of herbal practice, which is called Kampo. They use something called Fukushin, or abdominal diagnosis, to be able to discuss what type of abdominal patterns people have. By palpating the abdomen, you're able to actually discern temperatures and strength of the patient, and each of the areas of the abdomen have a certain muscular tension which will determine the primary basic herb of a set of formulas that you will be using to be able to treat your patients. And in Japan, the concept is when you can put together the abdominal pattern and figure out what herbs would be needed, and then you combine that with the symptoms the patient has, you find a pattern that should fit the symptoms along with the pattern that you're discerning from your abdominal exam. So this is a pretty complete paradigm in itself. It's based on the Chinese style. The Japanese certainly used all of that, but in the time that they isolated themselves from the entire world for almost 2 centuries in the 16th and 1700s, they really developed their own style. and have applied that, and it's been utilized very effectively in Japan. I'm hoping that by sharing this, it's not designed to replace what you're doing. It's more designed to add a new thoughtfulness and perhaps a new perspective on how you can add different information and different data and create a different idea of how you should be approaching the patient and achieve greater results. So I'm really hoping you'll come, and I think we'll have a pretty enjoyable time. The whole idea is not to be talking at you or to you for 2 days, but to kind of discuss with you what it is that I do, and then demonstrate that, and then have you practice it so that you can understand how it might fit and how it might change how you perceive your concepts of traditional Chinese medicine. So please come, and if you have more questions, please refer to the website. Thank you very much.